Hi guys, so today I'm going to show you how to take any normal USB controller and turn to a Stream Deck-like device. Alright, so as you guys know, there's a company by the name of Elgato, and they make a very popular input device or controller. Alright, it's called the Stream Deck. Basically, whenever you hear people make like sound effects and things like that during their live stream, they use a tool like this. Alright, now the problem is that the Stream Decks really vary in pricing. All right, looking at the lower level tier, we have one here that's like $100. All right, they also have ones that are a lot more. I guess they have more functionality. All right, up to $250. I'm not going to go through the whole pricing here, but you get the point. Basically, it's just an expensive device to let you press buttons and trigger actions within OBS Studio. All right, now here's the thing. You can just go on Amazon or wherever you purchase your USB controllers, all right? And the one I showed on the screen earlier was just a regular gaming controller, all right, that I purchased from Amazon. And you can actually use that as a Stream Deck-like device, all right? So, you know, why spend $250 when you really do not have to? Or maybe you actually prefer using another USB controller, right? If you go on Amazon, there's tons of different options. I mean, literally there's hundreds of pages, all right? So you're not going to get bored of options. But if you, in fact, you actually want to use it as a tool to add an additional buttons, you know, without purchasing a new Stream Deck, that's also another option, all right? So let's go over basically how this works, all right? So the first thing you're going to need, obviously, is to purchase the device, all right? I'm assuming once you're watching this video, your device has arrived in the mail, all right? You plugged it in the USB. Now, also, there's also Bluetooth versions as well. All right, so you know, just search for Bluetooth controllers, you know, and literally anything that can connect to your computer and receive external input, you can use as like a Stream Deck-like device, right? So the first tool is called JoyStick. All right, and this one's free. All right, you just go to the website. It's JoyStick. Just search for it. All right, it's going to pop up. JoyStick.net/EN. All right, so that's where you go. You don't have to purchase it. If you want to, you can purchase it, but you don't have to. Okay. So once you do get it, all right, basically you just press on buttons. Yep. All right, and these buttons are going to pop up. Yep. All right, you're going to see here. Yep. And then you can configure it. All right, you can say what key presses you want to use. All right, now in this program, I actually haven't set it up. All right, but this program is going to show you what buttons are input. Okay, now the other thing is that you can just check. Sorry, you can just check here in Windows. All right, I'm sure they have something similar in Apple devices. All right. But when you press the buttons, you're going to see that the buttons light up.
Hey, I got a subscriber.
They give you a number, okay? So now it's triggering from OBS Studio. We're going to jump into that. But once we're in OBS Studio, right, we can have settings, right, in our settings. And our settings are going to show us our shortcuts. If you go right here, hotkeys, this is where you put in hotkeys. Okay, so I like to use things like Ctrl Shift F1, all right, because there's usually never any conflicting shortcuts that work with Ctrl Shift and one of the F buttons. All right, so that's a good option. All right, now there's also a plugin. It's called the Soundboard plugin. All right, so let's say you weren't just using it for miscellaneous hotkeys. Let's say you actually want to use a soundboard. There's a soundboard plugin, but the problem with the soundboard plugin is that once you press on a button and you press it again, it doesn't replay the audio, all right? So I figured out a smart way to get around that by using a program called AutoHotKey, okay? AutoHotKey is a free program, all right? You don't have to purchase it. So AutoHotKey is a free program here, all right? You can click on download. They have version 1 and version 1.1. I would just download version 2.0, that's the latest. If you don't want to use version 2.0, you can use version 1.1. All right. Basically, the only difference is the way that you type in the commands. All right. So for this OBS Studio, what I've done is, I'm going to copy and paste this in the description. All right. So you don't have to like copy and paste from your screen. All right. That'd just be a lot of work. So let me just explain how AutoHotKey works. Okay. You give it a bunch of instructions, and then it runs in the background. All right. And then it continuously checks for input from your joystick, and then it sends it to OBS Studio, right? I did it this way because if you do it with JoyStick, it's going to work globally. So you may be in an application where you just don't want to send a shortcut. Let's say the shortcut was, I don't know, R, the letter R, right? So if I'm, or Control R. So if I'm in a web browser and I press Control R, it's going to refresh the page every time if that's the trigger. So the way around that is just to use this little AutoHotKey program, right? So I'm going to break it down really quick. You type in the word joy, and then you type in the button. Remember those buttons we saw in the game controllers over here, these numbers? You literally just type that number here, all right, and then change it, because obviously it's going to be different depending on what controller you have, all right? And then my little trick was this. I first send the shortcut to play a blank sound, right, to reset it, a blank trigger, literally it's just no sound. All right, you can export that in any audio application, just literally export like a half a second of no sound, right? So after doing that, then I sleep for 5 milliseconds. All right, basically we take a small break on the computer cycles, all right, without getting too complicated, explain what that means. And then we send the command to trigger the actual sound that we want to play, right? So F1, is for the up. Yep. All right, this one's for nope. All right.
Hey, I got a subscriber.
And as you see, the nice part is that you can replay the sounds very easily. Okay, so that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, just let me know. And I've kind of left some comments in there for my controller. But if you have any questions, you're confused, you don't know how to do something, leave a comment below and I'll help you out, okay? But yeah, that's it. Save yourself a couple $100 in controllers by just using a cheap one and making it work yourself. And like I said, if you don't want to sit here programming, writing stuff, it's okay. Just use JoyStick. It's a little bit easier. Just make sure you use a shortcut that is, easy to work with. All right, take it easy, guys.